If we're ever going to make things better, we're going to have to start being honest and deal with the brutality. And yes, people will get their feelings hurt on every side and in every corner, because that's the way you make things better. You be honest in spite of people's feelings. And so we have to start looking at things like black people. They don't want to just integrate into white society and become part of white society. They call that acting white. They ostracize other people of their own community for doing that. And they have their own community and their own culture. And that's really what they want to be dominant, because that's where they're comfortable. That's the culture they know, that they've lived in all their lives. They know how it works. They know the rules, and they can succeed in that culture. And then white people know white people's culture and their different cultures. And that is the problem. Black people want the whole country to be black culture, because then they'll feel at home and they'll fit in. And white people want the whole country to be white culture, because that's where they're comfortable and they fit in. And it's this idea that, black people are just being mistreated unfairly is not true. This whole idea of unfairness in this world is a silly idea, where we eat animals and animals eat each other. I mean, unfairness, come on. The only fairness we have is fairness we create, and we create that within a culture. And that's what we say, is we're going to try to be fair so we can stick together as one unit. Black people have their own ideas of fairness within black culture, and those ideas aren't the same as the ideas of fairness in white culture. And that's where things come up against each other, is black people won't have different rules in their culture because it's a different culture. And so they don't just mix. And then when a black person decides, well, I'll just adopt the rules of white culture, they're like, okay, well, you're no longer part of us because this is how we behave, and now you make me uncomfortable. That's the way it works. And so if we want to start talking about creating a shared culture, I mean, that's something that, that's a possibility. And then there's the idea of race. If we all interbreed, both the races are going to disappear. Are we okay with that? Is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? We need to talk about real things and about how we feel about real things and see what we can get over and what we can do together. And that's the only way it's ever going to get better.